Hi, all. This is guided practice number 9. We're in section 2.7 on quadratic inequalities. Okay, now quadratic inequalities are a bit more involved than our regular ones. And so remember that you are going to pretend that this is or equal to, just an equal sign instead of an inequality. And you're going to solve it to find those zeros. And then you're going to use a number line to divide it up at those zeros to check each section of the number line to see which ones you want and which ones you don't. Okay, typically when you see greater than or equal to, you're going to want the outside two. And when you see less than, you're going to want the middle, but we'll get to that as we go. So for number one, this one is already set up as if um, I was going to solve this if it's set equal to 0, right? Everything, all my x's are to the left, and I have it set equal to 0 or greater than or equal to 0. So what I'm going to do here is first check, there are no denominators going on here. No denominators to worry about at all. And so we don't have to exclude any values. We can just jump in and solve this. So we're going to go ahead and say, okay, well, I'm going to solve, instead of solving the inequality, I'm going to solve the equation version. So make it equal to 0. This one is factorable, right? This is quadratic. So your options are factoring or quadratic formula. And I like to factor when I can. So I need two numbers that multiply to 3, but add to positive 4. So an x goes in each of these spots to get our x squared up front. And then I need a 3 and a 1. Okay. And if they're both positive, then they multiply to positive 3 and they add to positive 4. And so then I want to set each of those equal to 0. So x plus 3 equals 0 will always give me x equals negative 3. It will always give me the opposite. And then same thing here. So x plus 1 equals 0. Move your 1 to the other side, and that will give you x equals negative 1. So you're going to get two values here, just like we would if we were solving the quadratic. Now, what makes this different is that we then have to create a number line and test things. So let's think about that for a second. Here's my number line, and I've got negative 3 and negative 1 on that number line. Now, I want to test each section. I have 3 sections here, and I want to test each one. So I need to find a number in each section. So I need a number less than negative 3. I'm going to go with negative 10 just because I like round numbers. Between negative 3 and negative 1, I like negative 2. And larger than negative 1, I'm going to pick 0 when I can because it usually is easier to work with. And we're going to plug those in to the original. So you're going all the way back to here and you're saying, is this a true statement or not? Okay. So actually, let's go ahead and move this just for close proximity over here. So I can put both on the screen at the same time. All right. So if x was negative 10, then we would have negative 10 squared, which is 100, plus 4 times negative 10 is negative 40, plus 3. And the question is that greater than or equal to 0? Well, 100 plus negative 40 is 60, plus 3 is 63. Is that greater than or equal to 0? Yes, it is. So that means, yes, I want this first section of the graph. If we plug in x equals negative 2, what happens then? Well, negative 2 squared is positive 4, plus 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, plus 3. Is that greater than or equal to 0? Well, 4 and 3 is 7, plus negative 8 is negative 1. So is that greater than or equal to 0? No, it is not. So we do not want that middle section. And then lastly, we want to plug in 0. And you have 0 plus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. And that's 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Is that true? Yes. So we want this section. Okay. So that means we want when x, and I'm going to give this an interval notation, but you could use your x greater than or less than. We want from negative infinity to negative 3. And we want to include our negative 3 because it is or equal to. Then we're going to skip over that middle section. We're going to start at negative 1 and go all the way to infinity. And we get a square bracket around that negative 1 because it's or equal to. And our graph with our negative 3 and negative 1, we will have closed circles because it's or equal to. And we want the section to the left of negative 3 and to the right of negative 1. And that is my answer. And there's number 1.